Of all of the different accents and dialects that exist in the Spanish language, definitely one of my favorite is the one from Chile. Now, if you've never heard the Chilean way of speaking before, good luck. And if you thought before that you spoke Spanish, no you don't. Chileans around the world are known for their very, very interesting and very, very different dialect of the Spanish language. Best way that I like to describe it is that they took the Spanish language and they just made their own remix. One of the most popular and most well-known words in the Chilean language is the word weón. The word weón is definitely not formal and definitely not one that you want to use with just anybody. And depending on who you're calling weón, in the context it could mean completely different things. Weón can be kind of an insult, so if you're calling someone kind of like an idiot, they would be un weón. But in the context of friends, weón can kind of mean like, what's up bro, ¿cómo estás weón? And from the word weón, there are many other words in the Chilean dialect that have been derived from it. One popular word is the word weá, which means something, but very informal. So if you say esta weá, that's like this thing. And other popular words derived from this are words like wear, a weonao, all very unique to the Chilean dialect. Another really popular aspect of the Chilean dialect is the use of the word po. Po is very similar to the word pues, so it just is sort of like an extra affirmative that people use at the end of the sentence or a word. Si po, ya po, buena po. And there are also many other words that Chileans use that use the P letter. For example, polera, polerón, pololo. Another cool thing about the Chilean dialect is that a lot of words are actually derived from Quechua, which is the native language of the Inca people. The last and possibly most confusing aspect of the Chilean dialect is the way that they conjugate words in the form of tu. So if you're talking in an informal setting, many Chileans do this thing where they add the letter I at the end of their word. So instead of saying ¿qué quieres?, they'll say ¿qué querí? Instead of ¿cómo estás?, they say ¿cómo estáis? Instead of no toques, they'll say no toquí. So if you're learning Spanish, this can be very, very, very confusing. Overall, my favorite part about the Chilean dialect is that it really just goes to show how malleable and how versatile language is and how much it can be affected by the culture in which it's spoken by. Y si eres chileno, pon en los comentarios más ejemplos de palabras chilenas para que la gente aprenda.